Sister Banks, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's nice to see you again.
It's nice to see you too.
It's nice and cold outside. You're all
Yes.
bundled up.
Cannot stand the cold.
Man, so how was it just getting here today?
It was pretty good. I used the services that you guys had for me. Somebody came and picked me up and brought me here today. So that went pretty well.
Definitely. That's cool. That's cool. So tell me a little bit more about the accomplishments you've done, or just things that you've done this week.
Well, I just recently found out that I'll start training next week for my job. It'll be a manufacturing type job working on farmers equipment. And so yeah, that was like the main exciting thing for me. We also started with the parenting classes for my oldest daughter, and for us to try and get everything together and with the schedules and all that.
Definitely. Tell me how your time was at social services this time that you went. You said you went with your daughter, and just when you went did you go with your daughters to start parenting classes the same day that you went for
No, I didn't for the same day. We went the day after. The first time when I went for the job, I went by myself, and that was pretty good. I had one of the social services members come with me and talk to the people that were helping me with finding the job.
Okay.
So they kind of like translated everything for me and put it into perspective. When we went for the parenting classes, that went really well. I understood everything, and then my daughter being there helping me, that helped like us to be able to communicate and figure out things together.
Okay, so you were saying that you went two separate times, one for the job stuff and they helped get you a job manufacturing,
Mm-hmm.
and then you went a separate time with your daughter to take her to the classes? Definitely. So did you also stay with her? Did you get an opportunity to take your whole family in and learn different things about parenting styles for you and your wife as well?
Yeah, we stayed with her and we sat in and listened on all the information they gave us. They gave us a few papers and different things. Walked through different schedules and different procedures that you could do to kind of like get the kids on the schedule, and also like told us about the services they have as far as the daycare and other things like that.
Definitely. Did you find it like more beneficial for your daughter, or did you get a lot out of it too?
I got a lot out of it too. At first I thought it would be more beneficial for her, but I feel like it helped everybody, come together.
Definitely. That's great. So let's talk a little bit more about your job. So you went to the interview and they said that they wanted to proceed with training you, but did you start training yet?
No, not yet. I'll start next week.
Next week, okay, definitely. So we'll definitely have to set up an appointment for after you start training, and we can go a little deeper into some of these other goals. But for now, setting the schedules was the second thing that was on your list. But getting your GED was definitely not your GED. Getting enrolled into college. Your wife was the one that was needing to work on getting her GED.
Yes.
Definitely. Getting enrolled into classes was the next thing you were looking into. Did these really stay consistent with you? Are you more focused in on getting your kids in a set schedule, or starting to enroll in classes?
Right now, of course, it's the job first, and then the set schedules. I feel like taking the classes can come later, and I feel like that might be a lot right now, especially just starting the job. So definitely the job first, setting schedules, and then afterwards I would think about, going to school and taking classes.
Most definitely. I think you're doing great. What would you say is something that you're really strong with right now? What would you say is a strength of yours right now?
Right now I would say hardworking. Just doing my best to make everything fall into place, doing what I need to make sure my family's okay, and doing what I need to secure the job and get back on my feet.
Yeah, I could definitely see how hardworking you are. You took the extra step to go and get your daughter some parenting classes. I know we only brought it up once, so that's like a great initiative on your part. And I'm really excited to see that you're taking advantage of the stuff that we office just at social services. And getting a job in the first week is really exciting too. I know you're really looking forward to that, and it's gonna start helping bring in some revenue for your family and just like get everything started and getting the ball moving. So you're very hardworking, and it is really easy to see that. Yeah. So tell me about like something you really want to work on, like something you may consider a weakness for you.
Probably being too hard on myself. I want to do so good that a lot of times I beat myself up, or like I'm really hard on myself and I push myself too hard sometimes. And everybody makes mistakes and things happen, so I just gotta kind of realize that and take that into consideration.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the main things is that they say is just you're your worst enemy sometimes. Like you let your thoughts kind of control what you do, and it may not always be the best outcome. And I think it's really good that you realize that, and I wouldn't completely put a negative spin on it. It's natural to have doubt, especially coming into this whole new situation. And I think you're doing really well adjusting to it, and I think you're doing really well just getting the ball rolling. Like, you do have great initiative, you have great, a lot of great qualities, and I think as time goes by and you get more comfortable in your job and we start accomplishing more of these goals and you start adding more goals, that you'll see that the doubt is natural, it's gonna be there, but you got it. Yeah. So, as for your family, how are they all doing right now?
The family is good. My wife has started looking into going to get her GED. I don't know exactly when she's going to start, but she does have information on that. My daughter, she enjoyed the parenting classes, like I said. The kids are pretty good. We're still working on trying to get them on a set schedule, but they're doing good in school. It's a little hard not having transportation. We talked about that before. But overall, it's been pretty smooth. Things seem to be kind of looking up, so that's a good thing.
Definitely. I know we talked about a potential it not being one of your main top 3 goals right now, but it was getting childcare. And I know you went in, and I know they told you about some of the services that they have there, but I think maybe next week we could start looking into that as well, just to help your wife out, because if she wants to start really doing these GED classes, it might be helpful for her to have childcare, and we can go through the process of enrollment and everything so that we can get the ball moving on that one for you. Yeah, so that's pretty great. So we're gonna take off getting a job in 3 weeks because you already got a job, but if you happen to not be feeling this job, if it's not flexible enough for you, or if you don't like it, it's not just the right environment for you, we can definitely look into other placements. So I don't want you to feel like you really need to stay there if it's not a great environment for you, because there are other opportunities. I know getting money and revenue into your house right now is where you are really looking into, but I don't want you to stay somewhere where you're really unhappy, because that's going to cause other problems. So if you don't happen to like it there, please let us know. We can help you find something that you like better while you're doing that and get you another job. As for the schedule, I think you're great. Like, we put a 2-month time period on that, so that's nothing to worry about right now. I think implementing little things at first is definitely where it's going to be. I know they gave you a couple strategies in your parenting class, and if you want to just start implementing little things here and there, I think over the next 2 months you should definitely be able to attain that. And then as for classes for you and your wife, I think right now you're just starting to settle into your job, training and everything, so classes can definitely wait for you, but over the next few weeks we can start talking about where you want to go. I was looking into it, and there are a lot of schools, like the 4 major schools that are around you, and some of them are even in walking distance. definitely hold night classes for people, for your wife to get her GED. But there's a few community colleges around you as well that offer all classes during all times of the day, so it can fit into your work schedule as well. So you can start your training on different areas if you wanted to get a certificate or even just get your associates. Yeah, and then we can definitely start looking into more child care options for you. So, yeah, definitely. Is there anything you wanted to add? Anything you wanted to discuss?
No, I think we covered everything.
Okay, well, the last thing that we're going to discuss today is just how you feel about yourself, like a self-evaluation. And so on a scale like 1 to 5, how do you feel about the stuff that you've accomplished so far?
So far, I would say a 4. Because I feel like, I've been doing pretty good as far as, going out and taking the initiative to get the services, and then, I got the job. And then we took her to the parenting classes, we're looking at the set schedules. I feel like it's all kind of falling together, so I think I would give myself a 4.
Definitely. Well, I think you'd probably be a 5. You took those extra steps, and that's why, we went out and you kind of overcome a lot of the stress you had to deal with going to social services, and that's really exciting. And then you went above and beyond what we planned to do. You got it accomplished in a week, and you started looking into other services for your family that they might need. I think that's really amazing. Like, you took your daughter to parenting classes, which is definitely an extra step we talked about doing in the future, but you stepped up and you did it right then and there because you knew she needed it. And I just think that's amazing. I think you should give yourself a little bit more credit. Don't let it downplay what you do, because it's really good and it's really amazing and you're really helping your family. How do you feel about just yourself? What's your self-evaluation right now?
My self-evaluation, I think I'll give that a 4 too.
A 4?
Yeah, I would put them at the same level.
Okay, well, they do kind of go hand in hand. That's your self-evaluation, so 4, 4.5, 5.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot. You pushed yourself really hard to get to where you are right now. And you have to remember, when you first came here, you didn't really know if you wanted to continue doing this, and you got a job and you're starting to do all this stuff, and we're going to work on these goals of getting consistent schedules for your family, and getting you and your wife into classes, and getting childcare for your granddaughter. And I know that's a lot, but you got to take time for you and for your family, and I think you're doing a wonderful job right now. So I would give you a 5 out of 5 at both of those, because you're just excelling in what you're doing, and I think you need to recognize that too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. No. But we are gonna set another appointment for next week so we can talk about more of what's going on with your job, since you're about to start training, and just in case you have any other questions or concerns. And then from there on, we can start really looking into better ways that we can start helping your children get into consistent schedules and classes and everything. So is there anything else you wanted to ask before we ended? Is there anything you're concerned about right now?
No, I think you answered all of my questions, and at social services, they answered most of the questions that I had too, so I'm okay for right now.
Now, you did say that you were going into training. That's one thing I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to buy any clothes for training, we do have programs for that too. You do have to call, and somebody can go with you, just so you have the proper attire. We don't want you going there getting your nice clothes dirty, as you start this job. So just let us know. I'm not sure if they talked to you about that, but I wanted to just sure you enter that in there. But next week.
Mm-hmm. Next week.
I will see you next week. Have a wonderful.
You too.